Welcome to this deep dive into Heaven's Pets. We'll be going through their website, looking at their FAQs and the touching tributes that families have left to kind of give everyone a sense of the services they offer and the impact they've had on pet owners just like you.
Yeah, it's really about more than just saying goodbye, isn't it? It's about honoring that special bond we have with our pets.
Exactly. And, it seems like Heaven's Pets really understands that starting with their origin story, they were founded back in 2002 by a couple, Jennifer and Brian Malius.
That's right. And you know what's so fascinating is that they started small, driven by their own experience with pet loss and recognizing a need for compassionate aftercare services.
Yeah, they actually began in their home, which I find so interesting. They saw this gap in the market and just took a leap of faith to fill it. Now they have this impressive 5,000 square foot facility dedicated entirely to pets.
It's not even just about the size, it's about the purpose. They've created this serene environment with counseling rooms and even a memorial garden. It's like a place where families can truly feel comfortable during, such a difficult time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially when you consider how much the pet industry has grown in recent years.
It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, pet spending is projected to reach over $100 billion annually just in the U.S. alone. That speaks volumes about how deeply people care for their
Oh,
pets.
absolutely. It's like people are really seeing their pets as family members.
Yeah,
So it's only natural that they'd want that same level of care and consideration when it comes to saying goodbye.
exactly. And that's where Heaven's Pets comes in.
Yeah.
They offer a range of services designed to meet the unique needs of pet owners.
Yeah.
And it really starts with cremation.
Now, I know cremation is very common for pets these days, but they have different options, right? Like they're not all the same.
Precisely. They offer private cremation with various packages, and it's not about being extravagant or anything. It's about recognizing that each pet owner might have different needs and different budgets as well.
So they have options that go beyond just the basics.
Exactly. They have packages that include things like ink and clay paw prints, memorial certificates. You can even get a lock of fur and a personalized poem.
It's like they thought of everything to help preserve those precious memories.
They really have. And, if cost is a concern, they do offer communal cremations as well.
That's good to know. But it's not just about the cremation. They also offer ways to memorialize your pet, too, right?
This is where it gets really special, I think. They have these beautiful columbariums. They're structures with niches where you can store urns. And they offer memorial curbing granite inlaid memorial bricks with, your pet's name, their dates engraved.
Wow, it's like a mini cemetery designed specifically for beloved pets.
Mm.
I love that. And, for folks who might not want an above-ground memorial, I understand they have ossuaries, too.
Yes, those are underground repositories for the privately cremated remains. It's another beautiful option for families who want their pets' ashes to rest on the grounds of Heaven's Pets.
It sounds like they offer a truly personalized approach. You're not just picking a service. You're crafting a way to honor your pet's memory that feels right for you.
You've hit the nail on the head. And beyond the physical memorials, they also offer a wide selection of urns and keepsakes. You can find anything from simple, elegant urns to beautiful pieces of jewelry with paw prints on them.
Oh, wow, paw print jewelry. I can see how that would be really meaningful. It's like carrying a piece of your pet's spirit with you wherever you go.
Exactly. And they've even taken it a step further. By understanding that pet loss is such a deeply emotional experience. They also offer grief support.
Yeah, so it's not just about the practical side of things.
Yeah.
They recognize that emotional toll that losing a pet can have. So what kind of grief support do they provide?
They hold these monthly grief counseling sessions, and they're offered both in person and virtually, so it's very accessible.
That's fantastic. It's great that they're creating a space for people to connect and share their feelings and just find support during that, difficult time.
It's so important. And speaking of connecting and sharing, I think it's time we look at those tribute pages on their website. They offer such a powerful glimpse into the impact Heaven's Pets has had on families just like yours.
These are actual stories written
Yeah.
by pet owners,
Yeah.
right? Like raw, unfiltered emotions just put into words.
Precisely, and they showcase the diversity of experiences and just the depth of the human-animal bond. We have these heartwarming stories like Benny Big Ben Varnado.
Benny Big Ben. Oh, that's a great name. What can you tell me about Benny?
Well, Benny's story is this touching journey from, playful puppyhood to his senior years. His owner talks about his love for Belly, rubs his constant companionship, even his stubborn refusal to go back inside after car rides, just those little things.
It sounds like Benny had such a vibrant personality.
He really did. And the tribute just beautifully captures that bond they shared, how even the little quirks become such cherished memories.
Oh, it must have been so hard to say goodbye.
Absolutely. But his owner writes about how Heaven's Pets helped her provide the best possible care for Benny even in his final days.
That's really touching. It sounds like they helped her create this peaceful and loving final chapter for Benny's story.
They did, and Benny's story is just one of many. There are tributes that are funny tributes, that are heartbreaking tributes that celebrate the unique personalities of all kinds of pets.
Okay, I'm really intrigued. Can we hear some of these tributes?
Yeah.
I'd love to get a sense of that range of emotions and experiences that they convey.
Absolutely. Let's start with Generalissimo Sancho, Santorito Burrito. His tribute is a bit more lighthearted, but equally moving. So this is what Sancho's owner wrote. Generalissimo Sancho Santorito Burrito, you were a valiant soldier in the Mexican army. You defended your homeland against both the invading Americans and French. You were commended for bravery against those forces. Cinco de Mayo was your favorite holiday as it commemorated your supposed victory in the Battle of Puebla. You were a ferocious ankle and boot attacker. You guarded my home by napping in front of the door where enemies could not pass. You were my fiercest protector. You were loved.
Oh, wow, what a tribute.
Yeah.
You could really tell Sancho's owner had a great sense of humor.
Yeah, they really captured that spunky personality. But
Right.
even through the humor, you can feel the love and the connection they shared. It's just a beautiful reminder that even in grief, there's room for, laughter and celebrating those little quirks that make our pets so special.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful way to honor their memory. It's clear that Heaven's Pets really provides a space for families to, celebrate their pets in a way that feels personal and meaningful to them.
Yeah, and it's not just through the tribute pages. Their website also features client testimonials that really highlight the compassion and professionalism of their staff.
Oh, that's great. What are some of the things that people are saying?
Well, one of the most common themes is the genuine care and support that the Heaven's Pets team provides. Many clients talk about how the staff went above and beyond to make them feel comfortable and supported during such an emotional time.
I can imagine that would make a world of difference. Having someone there who really understands what you're going through and treats your pet with dignity and respect, that must be so comforting.
Absolutely. And clients also praise the efficiency of the services. They talk about how smoothly the entire process went from pickup to, the return of their pet's ashes, which is really important when you're already dealing with so much emotionally.
Yeah, that makes sense. Having things run smoothly takes away some of that stress and allows families to really focus on their grieving process. You mentioned their facility earlier. What are clients saying about that?
Well, the facility is described as peaceful, serene, and dignified. Clients really appreciate that tranquil environment and the feeling that their pets are being honored in such a special way.
It sounds like Heaven's Pets has really created a space that caters to both the practical and emotional needs of pet owners. But, their commitment goes beyond just serving individuals, right?
That's right. Remember how we talked about the booming pet industry? Well, Heaven's Pets is very active in providing services to the wider community. For instance, they work closely with local veterinarians offering pickup services directly from clinics.
Oh, that's helpful for both vets and grieving pet owners. It streamlines the process and ensures that the pet's remains are handled with care.
Exactly. And they're also members of the International Cemetery Cremation and Funeral Association.
Really? I didn't even know there was an association for that. But it makes sense that there's a need for, clear guidelines and best practices, especially when dealing with something as sensitive as pet aftercare.
Absolutely. And Heaven's Pets takes it even a step further by welcoming unannounced inspections of their facility.
Wow, unannounced inspections. That's a bold move. They're really putting transparency and accountability at the forefront.
It really is. It's a testament to their commitment to earning the trust of pet owners and ensuring that their beloved companions are handled with the utmost respect and dignity.
So we've talked a lot about Heaven's Pets and all the amazing services they provide, but I think it's important to kind of bring it back to our listeners out there. How does this all relate to them?
Well, I think the key takeaway here is that at some point, most pet owners will face the difficult experience of saying goodbye to their furry friend. It's not an easy conversation to have, but it's a really important one.
You're right. It's better to be prepared emotionally and practically for when that time comes. Thinking about, how we want to honor our pets and what kind of support we might need can make the process a little bit less overwhelming.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's where a resource like Heaven's Pets can be so valuable. They provide not just services, but a space for healing and remembrance. They help families navigate those difficult emotions of pet loss and celebrate that unique bond that they shared.
So when that time comes, knowing that a resource like Heaven's Pets exists can be incredibly comforting. They offer such a compassionate and personalized approach to pet aftercare that really sets them apart.
Yeah. But even beyond those practical aspects, I think what Heaven's Pets represents is a shift in how we as a society view our relationships with animals.
What do you mean by a shift?
Well, pets are no longer just, animals that we keep in our homes. They're family members, they're companions, they're sources of unconditional love.
That's so true. They really enrich our lives in countless ways.
And that changing perception is reflected in how we approach pet loss. It's no longer just about disposal, it's about celebrating a life, honoring a bond, and truly grieving a loss.
And Heaven's Pets is really at the forefront of that evolution, providing services that acknowledge the depth of those emotions.
Absolutely. And they go above and beyond to support pet owners every step of the way. But I think this deep dive raises an important question for all of us. How do we want to remember and honor the bond we have with our own pets?
That is such a powerful question. It's something we should all be thinking about, whether we're facing the loss of a pet right now or sometime in the future.
It's about recognizing that incredible impact that animals have on our lives and planning for a time when we will have to say goodbye.
It's not always easy to think about those things, but having this conversation, maybe even with our families or our veterinarians, can help us make choices that feel right when the time comes.
Exactly. And for those of you listening, I encourage you to explore Heaven's Pets website. Their story is a testament to the importance of honoring the bond we share with our animal companions.
I couldn't agree more. They offer such a beautiful example of how we can say goodbye with dignity and grace and ensure that our pets' memories live on in a way that feels meaningful to us. But for now, let's move on to one more tribute that really highlights this sentiment. This one is from Monroe.
Monroe, my little fighter, the one that survived splenectomy surgery only to be diagnosed with aggressive cancer. You got 6 more months filled with love treats and lots of snuggles. You were the dog that didn't know he had feet. He was always in my arms. Thank you to my vet and to Heaven's Pets for being so kind and gentle with us. You took such good care of my baby. Hold down heaven until Breeze and I are with you, my princess.
Oh, that's just so powerful. You can really feel the depth of love there and that bittersweet joy of those last 6 months together.
It's heartbreaking, but also incredibly inspiring. Monroe's owner chose to fight for him, to give him the best possible care and just fill that remaining time with so much love.
It really speaks to the lengths that we go to for our pets and that deep connection that we share with them. And it sounds like Heaven's Pets played an important role in supporting both Monroe and his owner through that, difficult journey.
That's one of the things that stands out in so many of these tributes and testimonials. Heaven's Pets provides more than just services. They offer understanding, compassion, and a genuine desire to help families navigate pet loss with dignity and grace.
It's like they've created this haven, this place where grieving pet owners can find solace and support. They're not just dealing with the practicalities, they're acknowledging that emotional weight of saying goodbye.
Exactly. And they're doing it in a way that feels so personalized and meaningful, allowing families to honor their pets in a way that feels right for them, whether it's through a heartfelt tribute, a beautiful memorial, or simply the knowledge that their pet was treated with the utmost care and respect.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's safe to say that Heaven's Pets offers so much more than just basic pet aftercare services. They truly understand the profound bond that we have with our pets, and they're there to guide us through one of the most difficult aspects of pet ownership.
Yeah, they provide comfort, support, and a sense of peace during a time when it's needed most.
And for our listeners out there, I want to encourage you to think about what legacy you want to create for your pet. How will you ensure that their memory lives on in a way that feels meaningful to you?
It's such a beautiful and important question to consider. And while the answers may vary, one thing is clear. The love we have for our pets deserves to be celebrated and remembered.
Beautifully said. And remember, resources like Heaven's Pets are there to help us navigate these challenging moments with grace and compassion. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Heaven's Pets.